Welcome to Left, Right, Center, where we are covering Colorado politics first on CBS News Colorado. I'm political specialist Shaun Boyd with our analyst, Democrat Mike Dino, Republican Dick Wadhams. The dust is still settling from the midterm election, and maybe the biggest surprise of the night is the race in Congressional District 3, where incumbent Republican Lauren Boebert was expected to easily win re-election and instead is locked in a razor-close race with Democrat Adam Frisch. Boebert is up by about 1,100 votes, but we won't know final results until Thursday, the deadline for military and overseas ballots and those ballots where a person's eligibility was in question or signature didn't match voter records. It's unclear how many of those ballots are yet to come in. If, when all ballots are counted, the margin separating the two candidates is 0.5% or less, there will be an automatic recount.
You know, I knew that a lot of Republicans were voting same day. That's what we've been hearing all throughout the district. People are holding their ballots and waiting to cast them on Election Day. And it's unfortunate that we can't have results same day as many other countries do.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think there's a couple foundational reasons that we were able to build a block to win, or, that we are winning, shall we say. One is, people resonated with a couple of comments that I've been saying for years. One is, I've said for 20 years, if there was a get stuff done party, I'd be a member of that party, but that party hasn't been doing very well for a long time, and our country is suffering for that, and our district is especially suffering for that. Some other things that resonated with a lot of people, regardless of super right or super left or super down the middle, was people want the circus to stop. And that kind of sums up that people are just kind of exhausted in the yelling and the screaming. And I think that's represented by a quip that a buddy of mine in Congress made, which he calls it the angertainment industry. And I heard this angertainment word about a year ago, and I've told my buddy Dean Phillips that I'm planning on using that about 25 times a day. And I did, and that resonated. Just the yelling and the screaming. I think 80% of the population wants us to play between the two 30-yard lines of the football field. I think they want to treat people with respect about how they want to be treated in their own community, amongst their own family members and their own business associates. And, it's just not twittering all the time and yelling and screaming.
Well, when national press asked Boebert about her close race, she suggested Senate candidate Joe O'Dea and gubernatorial candidate Heidi Ganahl hurt her. Your thoughts on that, Dick?
Kind of nonsensical, Shaun. No, she made this close herself. Listen, I don't want the Boebert to lose, but after this is over and she's going to win, she needs to step back and take stock of how she's behaved in office and the priorities that she has exhibited. I think a lot of people in the 3rd District like her, but they think she spends too much time promoting her national image and not on the fundamental issues of the district. And so this will be over in a week or so. She needs to take a look at herself and do things differently.
Yeah, Mike, this district favors Republicans by 9 points. Mm-hmm. So while voters in Colorado clearly rejected the Republican Party this election, I can't help but think this race is tight because of the person, not the politics. What do you think?
Well, I think it's reasonable for her to say that the top of the ticket didn't help her, because it helped her a lot 2 years ago when it was Donald Trump. And she's going to look forward to that again in 2 years from now, when next week we hear the former president announce his decision on what he's going to do. But I think that she certainly won't change her stripes at this point. I mean, she's got her brand, and she's going to stick with it.
So, Dick, it's interesting. You say you want Boebert to win, right? So does she help or hurt the I've had Republicans say to me, I think it'd be nothing better for this party than for her to lose this and go away.
Well, I see the broader picture, the bigger picture, Shaun, that we need to have a majority in the U.S. House of Representatives. And so that's what I'm looking at first and foremost, and I do think that's important. So, but I will say this. I think she will clean up her act and behave differently.
Tone it down. I
think she will, and she needs to do that. I mean, you don't yell at the President of the United States during the State of the Union. You just don't do that. And but I mean, and I like Adam Frisch. I don't know him well, but he's going to be a loyal vote for Nancy Pelosi and the far left of the Democratic Party. He's not going to be a moderate. He says he is. I don't want a congressman from the 3rd District like that. So, no, I want Boebert to continue to win because of the broader picture.
It's hard for me to imagine her toning it down.
Yeah, well, the Freedom Caucus has already said what they're going to demand of McCarthy, and I think it would be in his best interest if there was one less person in the Freedom Caucus, and then they could figure out how to get that seat back in 2 years.
So let's say Adam Frisch does win. Is he a one-term congressman, or do you see him hanging on?
Well, if President Trump manages to get back on the ticket as the Republican nominee, I think that helps him.
So the other close congressional race was CD8. While polls showed Republican Barb Kirkmeyer with the edge going in on Election Day, Democrat Yadira Caraveo pulled it out and beat Kirkmeyer by just a couple thousand votes. Caraveo is not only the first person to represent the new congressional district, she's the first Latina to represent Colorado in Congress. The district was considered one of the most competitive in the country. It includes Adams, Larimer, and Weld counties and the cities of Brighton, Commerce City, Greeley, Fort Lupton, and Thornton. Mike, an exit poll shows Latinos were key in Caraveo's win, and they overwhelmingly voted for Democrats statewide, but the poll also showed that their support for the Democratic Party has waned since the 2020 election. What do you think of that?
Well, the Latino community is not monolithic in who they vote for. Certainly Democrats would probably like to have 90% of the Latino vote, but 75% from the exit polls is pretty darn good. The other thing that helped Dr. Caraveo was the coordinated campaign that the Democrats put together. She, as her campaign, probably had limited outreach, but the coordinated campaign puts a great field program together. They knock on a lot of doors, and she pointed out they knocked on 300,000 doors. And that's a huge thing to get those votes to turn out. Plus, I think a big factor, and I love to have Dick's perspective on this, the Libertarian candidate got 4% of the vote. Right. That had to be hard on Kirkmeyer's chances.
Right. Had she picked up that 4%, she won.
It was more than hard. It defeated her. Honestly, that 4%, I go on the assumption that 75% of a Libertarian vote takes it right out of the Republican side. There are some Democrats who vote for the Libertarian. But no, I think that denied Barbara Kirkmeyer the election. I really do.
I wonder, too, in this case, Kirkmeyer she supported a ban on abortion, except in the case of the mother's life. So not even in rape and incest cases. After that Roe v. Wade decision, don't you think that hurt her, too?
Well, certainly the Democrats put all their marbles in that argument. Every ad was about abortion. But, Shaun, I think it was something else, too. Just like in that statewide election, those unaffiliated voters, they voted Democratic this time because they're not unaffiliated. They are liberal Democrats. They might affiliate as unaffiliated, but I think what we learned in this election is that a bunch of people who want to declare their independence from the political parties, but they're really liberal Democrats, and they voted accordingly.
Lastly, I want to real quickly, Caraveo says addressing climate change is going to be one of her top priorities. This is a district that has a lot of oil and gas jobs. How does she balance that?
Well, that will be a tough thing to balance, and she'll learn that once she's in that leadership position, particularly trying to represent such a diverse district. But I think if she can balance it with a clean energy approach as well as
a lot of wind energy in that district, too.
I think she'll have some luck with it.
All right, still ahead, we'll dive into the Senate race and what it might signal for the future of the Colorado Republican Party. Welcome back to Left, Right, Center. Senator Michael Bennet will become Colorado's longest-serving senator with his win Tuesday night. He beat Republican challenger Joe O'Dea by nearly 300,000 votes, 55% to 42%. One of the key messages of his campaign was income inequality. Dick, if unaffiliated voters won't get behind a candidate like O'Dea in a year like this, you got an unpopular president, bad economy, high crime, I just think, when will they get behind a Republican? And why would a moderate like O'Dea ever run again in this state?
They're not going to, Shaun. Like I said earlier about the 8th district, these unaffiliated voters, we now know in this election that they are not unaffiliated. They're not swing voters. They're really liberal Democrats who just affiliated as unaffiliated voters. And they're not going to come back. They're going to stay that way. And I think that's what this election proved. I don't see how the Colorado Republican Party is competitive on the state level for many elections to come until we have a demographic shift, like we did the last 10 years, that brought all those unaffiliated voters into the state, because they're liberal Democrats.
Or until the Republican Party breaks itself free from Trump.
Well, there still is the stench and the stigma of Trump and the whole election conspiracy crowd. That is a problem too.
So, Mike, even after these colossal wins up and down the ballot, I listened to Senator Bennett and Governor Polis saying, no, this isn't a blue state yet. What?
Well, I don't think the situation's as dire as Dick paints it for the Republicans.
Really?
I do think there's some unique circumstances in this election that did influence the unaffiliated voters. You had Roe versus Wade. And after that, there were more women and more Democrats that registered. And there were certainly probably unaffiliated voters and unaffiliated women who registered for that reason. Will that carry over into other elections? It certainly might. And we've seen that in other states. And then I think the fatigue from Trump, from January 6th, from the extremists, from Tina Peters, is lingering. And you know, Dick is right. They won't be competitive in the elections that Trump and the extremists continue to influence the elections. And so I think the unaffiliated are open to moving in other directions at some point. But these issues, as long as they're out there, this state will be blue.
I would make one other observation there, Shaun, is that by continuing to vote Democratic and empowering the left wing of the Democratic Party, you're going to get more crime, more homelessness. This state is tanking right now. And we're going to be Oregon, Washington, San Francisco, Los Angeles, and we'll see how these voters like being those kinds of communities. If they like it, they can keep voting for it. But if they don't like it, they just might quit voting for Democrats. But right now, they love it. They love crime. They love homelessness.
They dislike Trump.
They dislike Trump more. At some point, they've got to decide, do they hate Trump more than they want a safe neighborhood, a car that doesn't get its catalytic converter stolen like Mike's was, and homelessness on every corner? I mean, that's what people are going to have to decide, because right now they're empowering the very people who are putting Colorado in a spiral right now.
Well, speaking of former President Donald Trump, he's already passed the midterm. He's expected to launch his 2024 presidential campaign next week, despite Republicans' disappointing showing Tuesday. Don't tell him that. And Trump is taking aim at a possible primary challenger, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, who, unlike Trump, had a great election night, winning by a wide margin. Trump called DeSantis an average governor and said if he runs for president, he could hurt himself badly. So, Dick, what does it mean for the Republican Party if Trump runs again?
It means we're going to have another disaster on our hands in 2024, including here in Colorado. I'm optimistic that we're going to get a challenger to Trump and that we will not end up with him as the nominee. Governor DeSantis, what he accomplished in Florida is amazing, Shaun. 20-point win for re-election. He carried Miami-Dade County, which is a majority Hispanic county. And he carried Hispanics overall. He carried 57% of the Hispanic vote in Florida. That's the kind of candidate we need nationwide and here in Colorado.
Can DeSantis knock a Trump off?
If he got a head-to-head, he could. The trouble is we're going to have a bunch of people maybe run. But I think if you had a head-to-head, DeSantis is tough. He's already demonstrated he's tough, and he's prepared to meet this thug, because that's what Trump acts like in these campaigns. I would love to see a head-to-head fight between DeSantis and Trump, and just to clear the air on this stuff.
So far, he's not taking the bait. You know,
no, he's not.
Interesting.
But at some point, he will need to pull the trigger on that.
So, Mike, President Biden suggests he will also be seeking re-election. So what does that mean for the Democratic Party?
Well, he declared victory on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I mean, he did not have all the losses that were predicted. And there's something to be said for that. A lot of the policies he's put into play, the Inflation Reduction Act, the Infrastructure Act, are going to begin to materialize a lot in the next 2 years. So he'll have a lot of stuff to brag about. If he didn't do it, you know, Gavin Newsom has been itching for a fight, and people like Pete Buttigieg, but we can't forget the Vice President, Kamala Harris, is certainly ready to go too.
Buttigieg, Harris, who else?
I think that you'll have to look to some of the governors. Our own governor has been very clear that that's not what he's doing. That's not what he's doing.
I don't know. Bennett might have other ideas about that.
George Will likes the idea of a Polis candidacy, but that's starting now.
Yeah,
really.
I know. Right.
It'll be here.
When we come back, how the midterm elections have changed things at the state capitol and how it could impact you at home. Welcome back to Left, Right, Center. The state legislative landscape looks very different after Tuesday's election. Democrats not only kept control of both chambers at the state capitol, they have a veto-proof majority in the House and are one seat away from a veto-proof majority in the Senate. It is the party's biggest and most liberal majority in Colorado in decades. You know, Mike, House Democrats say nearly 75% of incoming Democratic lawmakers are women, 40% people of color, and 13% LGBTQ+. They chose a centrist, as you know, Representative Julie McCluskey, she's from the Western Slope. I think she's one of the few speakers from the Western Slope. As the new speaker, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it shows, I think, that the legislature, the Democratic caucus, is looking for a centrist leader, looking for somebody who can lead them on issues that aren't on any of the extreme ends, and so that's good. She was on the Joint Budget Committee, so she has a very good capability with the budget and numbers, and that's critical because the state is looking at less money with pandemic relief money dwindling, and the state having to give more money back, almost $2 billion in terms of Tabor refunds coming our way. So they don't have as much money to work with. And she's the right person to be in that role going forward. So
with the caucus being more liberal, do you see inter-party struggles at the Capitol and how that'll play out?
Undoubtedly, when you have new people and you have some folks that come from what some would seem the socialist left, there's going to be people with ideas and legislation that may get some traction. We've seen that in past legislatures. What ultimately gets to the governor, he doesn't have there's not a veto-proof majority in the Senate.
That's right.
So, the governor has some leverage still, and he'll govern from the middle, as he has for the last 4 years.
So, Dick, Republicans chose establishment Republican to lead over hardline conservatives. What impact do you see this having at the Capitol?
Well, a lot of the hardliners, Shaun, are gone that you covered in previous legislatures. But the Republicans will just be the voice of opposition. They won't be able to affect much. They'll spend a lot of time watching the far left of the Democratic Party, bringing back fentanyl decriminalization, defunding the police. Let's make sure we have a homeless camp on every corner in Denver and Colorado. I mean, I'm telling you, these Democrats, these Democrats are going to be
the worst picture.
These Democrats.
That's why the Republicans are going to be out of power for the next 2 years.
No, I'll tell you, that's why the state is going down the tubes, and especially Denver, and they won't be able to control themselves. And when the public finally gets over their hatred of Trump, they're going to say, "Oh, gee, I can't. My car's stolen. My kid can't learn to read at school. There's a homeless camp in front of my house." That's what's going to happen.
Dick Wadham's alarmist.
It's already happening. Sorry, just drive down the streets.
So Republicans can filibuster to kill bills, and some are already hinting at doing that.
Holdsworth said that, yeah.
But doesn't that risk them being seen as obstructionists down there? I mean, it's really the only tool they've got to deploy with such a, they're such a minority now.
I don't think that's a very good strategy to filibuster. First of all, it just delays a few hours. I wouldn't do it. All they can do is give principled arguments from the podium and point out how the state's going to heck right now because of the Democratic leadership. And more and more people are going to start realizing this. They already do.
So real quick, so we're barely over this election, and we've got another one right around the corner, a bunch of mayoral races coming up. So Denver being a big one, they've already got, what, 14 people in this? Probably going to have 20 plus that'll get into it. So how do the results of this election, what does it signal for that mayor's race? Well,
Denver is less diverse, richer, younger, and more liberal, and they showed that in this last election. They voted for several things, including sidewalks and their pocketbooks. There's only been one ballot measure that's lost since Hickenlooper was mayor. that was asking for money from the voters. So I think they'll want to see people who want to invest in the city, make improvements, deal with all the issues that Dick brings up successfully and in a positive, forward way. And so I think we'll see that in our mayor's race.
All right. That's all the time we've got. Thanks for watching Left, Right, and Center.